Sports.
We are Buffalo. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Well, after spending 2 weeks hitting indoors in the cage, the Tigers tonight finally got a chance to take BP outdoors. And the hope is that'll help them get the bats going tonight. Welcome to Cleveland, Game 2 in this series on a chilly night here in Cleveland between the Tigers and the Cleveland Indians. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for Game 2 in the series. Great pitching last night by both sides, but that notwithstanding, Gibby, still very cold temperatures having an effect on the bats.
Well, they haven't, like you said, they had BP tonight. They have not been on the field at all. It disrupts their routine. You don't feel loose. And the other thing, they ran into Corey Kluber last night. And that's very, very tough. You look at the averages, Cleveland, Minnesota, KC, and Detroit, they're at the bottom. That goes the same for batted balls and plays. It's no coincidence because we know this Cleveland team can't hit.
All right, now Matt Boyd is going to be on the mound tonight for the Tigers. Had a really good month of September last year, and pretty much he has kind of parlayed that into a good start this year.
Well, it seems that he should be on his way. He's a young kid, learned how to use his pitches. He's developed the changeup prior to this year. He's developed the slider prior to this year. And now he's learned how to use them. 6 innings in his first start, 186 innings last year, so he's ready to go for 30 starts or so. And you're seeing he's using both sides of the plate. Chris Bazio's philosophy, he's getting that slider down and in when he needs it. He's throwing the ball inside, hitting both sides of the plate. And you won't see a lot of ground balls from Matt Boyd. You're going to see a lot of fly balls. We'll show you in game why that's the case. And the outfielders may be busy today, but they can still get those outs in the air as well.
All right, now there are a lot of good hitters in this Cleveland lineup. We know that to be sure. But Jose Ramirez stands out a little bit. Since 2016, he has been as good as anybody in baseball.
He has, and he's not very big. He's only 5'9", but he's got sock in his bat. 29 home runs last year, 9 of those against the Tigers. His trip up here was slow. He relieved Michael Brantley, then Jason Kipnis, and then they traded Asdrubal Cabrera. He came to shortstop. Now he finds himself over there at third base. And just look at the sock that he's got. And the ball carries off his bat. He's got a lot of pop, and the Tigers are going to have to deal with him. They're catching him at a good time for right now. He hasn't warmed up. But hopefully Matt Boyd can cover him up tonight so he doesn't hurt the Tigers.
All right, Tigers trying to bounce back tonight here in Game 2. After a short break, we'll send you back to the Coliseum Studios. Check in with Matt Shepard. Coming up in this one here tonight, it's been a different Tigers team this year. They are running a lot. They're playing very good defense. Tigers have some athletes this season. Tigers Tribe, Game 2 in this series. Coming up. Tonight, game 2 in the series between the Tigers and the Cleveland Indians here from Progressive Field. Josh Tomlin is on the mound for the Tribe tonight. He is presented by Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors.
This is his second start of the 2018 season. 1-0 against the Tigers last year. Career 7-6. He's got a fastball cutter, 12-6 curveball. And he doesn't walk anybody. We'll talk about that. He has the lowest walk rate per 9 in the big leagues.
He was touched up for 4 homers in his last start. Here is the Tigers starting lineup to test him tonight, presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And for Ron Gardenhire, it's Martin, Candelario, and Cabrera. Nick Castellanos batting cleanup, then Vmart the DH. Here's where the changes take place. Nico Goodrum is in short tonight. McCann will catch. Reyes is in left, and Machado is batting 9th and playing second base.
Let's take a look at the Indians starting defense tonight. Michael Brantley is in left field. Raji Davis moves over to center. Brandon Guyer again in right. Jose Ramirez, talked about him in the opening. He's at third. Lindor and Kipnis up the middle. Yonder Alonso over at first base tonight. Josh Tomlin will be chucking to Roberto Perez, the catcher.
Well, the Tigers typically have had good success against Tomlin, and especially in this ballpark. Hopefully that'll hold true tonight. And we are ready for baseball here this evening. Leonis Martin will lead things off for the Tigers, and the first pitch is outside 1-0. Martin, Candelario, and Cabrera for Detroit. Tomlin brings home the 1-0 pitch, and Leonis pops it up. Third base side, maybe room. Ramirez calling, and now Lindor will make the play. One gone.
Tomlin suffered from a little back stiffness, so they skipped him, moved him back a day. So they don't really know if he did throw one side session, so they're expecting him to be able to go.
Here's Jeimer Candelario. Talked about the Tigers and their success against Tomlin in this ballpark. His ERA is 8.66 against Tigers hitters in this yard. As Candy fouls it back 0-1. By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the Tiger Box to a participating Arby's location tomorrow, and you'll get a free small order of curly fries. Here's the 0-1 to Candelario. Jeimer is 0 for 4 in the series. Had a rough night last night, but then again, who didn't against Kluber?
Yeah, Corey Kluber carved him up pretty good. Had good stuff. Plate was a little extended, and he went down on strikes more than once. Little different pitcher tonight. Josh Tomlin, straight fastball, occasionally a little run on it, and he'll cut it a little bit, but not the 85 to 90 on the fastball. Curveball 72 to 78. I was talking about, there's that swing back that Kluber used so much last night. I was talking about the way the Indians spin the ball. You're going to notice a lot of breaking balls. They lead the league about 18%. League average, well, the Tigers throw 4.6% curveballs, so that's a different staff altogether when you look at that number.
Here's the 3-2. Shot toward right field, hooking, and that ball will drop foul.
That ball was almost fair.
It was almost fair. Candelario was running hard too. He kind of realized that's going to be close.
Hardly any wind tonight. It's always good when you don't get that lake wind, but this ball just to the right of the foul line, about 4 inches foul. That would have been a ground rule double as it bounced into the stands. Brandon Guyer over there in case.
Candelario 3 hits on this road trip. They all came in Chicago. Tigers sweeping the White Sox before coming here. That's lofted in the air toward left center field. Going to be a long run, and nobody's going to get it. It'll go up against the wall. Davis will dig it up, and Candelario has himself a 1-out double.
Well, Candy got jammed on that ball down the right field line that was just foul. The Indians try to go away on him, and this is a good sign. It shows you he's a very good hitter. He can cover the whole plate. Just doesn't try and do too much with it. Good extension. Look at how he holds on with that front arm. Serves it out to right center field. And Brantley and Davis cannot locate it before it's a double.
Scoring opportunity early in this one for the Tigers. Here is Miguel Cabrera. And Miggy waves and misses 0-1.
There goes the curveball. You'll see more fastballs with nobody on, especially early in a game. You get somebody in scoring position and you start seeing it snapped off. That was a pretty good breaking ball right there. It took quite a bit off it.
Tigers last night did not get a single man in scoring position, so they're well ahead of that pace tonight. Here's the 0-1 from Tomlin. It'll bounce in. Perez down to block it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Miggy now at 242, 1 home run and 9 RBIs. The Tigers as a team have hit just 2 homers this year. That's it so far.
Well, at least we got the sun today. It's in the 30s, I believe, maybe 40. They announced the crowd somewhere around 9,000 last night. Probably going to be a few more here tonight.
A little bit warmer this evening. A little bit high, and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike now on Miguel. Corey Kluber last night absolutely put on a clinic. Now, there were some whispers and rumblings about how he got a couple of pitches, maybe more than a couple, off the plate, but he was around the dish all night.
Well, to be fair, so did Lindor and the Tiger pitchers.
Here's the 2-1. Bouncing ball left side. Lindor diving stab, comes up throwing, and Cabrera is out. And that is an unbelievable play by Francisco Lindor. Wow, that's as good as it gets at short.
Good range to his right. He knows the runner and Miggy. Watch him, he doesn't panic here. He just takes his time, gets up, gets his feet under him, and right over the top. Good court awareness right there. Sometimes they try and rush, get up too quickly, and they can't make a good accurate throw, but that was a strike. Good play cutting down Miggy, and the Tigers don't get a run.
Candelario goes to third, 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Nicholas Castellanos. Strike. 0-1 the count. Nicholas Castellanos taking on Tomlin today by AARP, and here are the numbers. 345.
He likes him.
Tigers have a lot of guys in their lineup tonight that have hit Tomlin well. Now they go 1.
He really worked that outside corner. The Indians do to Nick, Miggy. James McCann saw several of those last night. Machado. Enough inside to keep you honest.
Here's the 1-1. Thought about it. 2 balls and 1 strike.
2-1 hitters ahead. You tend as a hitter to get some energy in your body. Half guessing fastball. You're thinking you're going to get one, but more and more nowadays you do not see that heater that you're looking for.
Missed the play again. 3-1.
Little cutter just right off the outside edge. Tigers have 4 games with Cleveland. Now played 1. This is the 2nd game. So by the end of this series, everybody's going to have a good idea what everybody's trying to do.
Vimart waiting on deck. Castellanos reach. 3-1 pitch off the plate, ball 4. That'll be a 2-out walk for Nicholas. And that's something that Tomlin doesn't do a whole lot. Talk about his ability to avoid the walks, but falling behind Castellanos, now he's got a fresh count here with Vimart. .89
walks per 9 innings for Tomlin.
Man, That is command.
That's less than 1 a game.
So Victor Martinez, the DH, will stand in now. 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. For most of the night, Tigers had only 2 hits, a V-Mart single, a Castellanos single, and that was it against Kluber.
Having the men on first and third works well for the Tigers as far as letting the Indians align themselves. Can't shift.
That'll get away from Perez, but not far enough. 1-0.
So because you got a man on third baseman has to stay close here. He would normally be over here somewhere, and he would be over here. So you got first and third. You cannot allow them to shift. That works good for Victor. And normally that second baseman is well over to the right field line. Kipnis has to stay pretty much straight away second, but deep.
Here's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes on Victor Martinez. Tomlin already at 20 pitches now. 12 of 20 have missed the strike zone.
Look at the hole right here for Victor. If he can do it, he did it in spring training.
This is where a guy like Victor can excel in this spot here. When they give him the left side of the infield, he certainly has the ability. And we saw it a lot last year. And even as these shifts have really kind of progressed, V-Mart sees this every single at bat.
And I'm just going to keep my eye on Lindor. He's standing almost right behind the pitcher. He's right here. See if he doesn't move late. If you're a hitter, sometimes if you're comfortable, you can get an idea what's coming by whether he moves early or not.
2-0 is in there. Strike called. Tomlin put a wrinkle in that one, and the count goes 2-1 on Victor.
Most of the time 2-0, you're thinking, oh, here comes a fastball. That one was not straight.
Tomlin, 33 years old, out of Tyler, Texas. Won 10 games last year. Was spent about a month on the disabled list with a strained hamstring. 2-2 on Martinez.
Off speed right there, down in the zone. You want to, you're the Indians, you want Victor to hit it on the ground. His damage comes line drive to the air and is not very fast anymore. So if it's on the ground, you figure if you can knock it down, you could cut him down at first.
Two and two on Martinez. Low ball 3. So 2 outs now. The Tigers will get to start the runner at first base. That is Castellanos. Goodrum waiting on deck.
Well, a couple of years ago, this play right here, you remember they used to always fake to third, fake to first, trying to get the runner from taking off too quickly at first base, but they've changed that rule. Really want to get going early here. He's back, first baseman's back, get an early start.
Ground ball right side, smack into the shift where Kipnis is waiting and V-Mart is out to retire the side. No runs, a double, a walk, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the first, and here comes Matt Boyd taking the hill for the Tigers. into a very nice starting big league pitcher, and he's presented tonight by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
6 innings pitched in his first start. Only 1 earned run. Didn't walk anybody. Only struck out 1. Let his teammates pick him up behind him. 1-2 with the 1.91 ERA lifetime against the Tribe. 19 strikeouts and 28 innings pitched, and got a great pickoff move to first base. So if somebody gets on, that's a weapon for Matt Boyd and the Tigers.
Here is Francisco Lindor to get things started now for the Indians, and he looks at a strike from Boyd. Lindor was 0 for 4 in the opener last night. Hits left-handed pitching pretty well. 304 for his career. But like most Indians, off to a slow start. 175. And Boyd drops one in for a strike. 0-2. It has been a pleasure watching Matthew pitch. Had a great September. Had a really good spring and a really good first start. That'll miss high. Elevated one that time, and he laid off.
Matt Boyd likes to do that sequence right there. You get a strike or two ahead, go right up top.
Went up top again. Lindor now as the count evens at 2s. Boyd has very quiet delivery, not a whole lot of wasted motion.
He's cleaned that up quite a bit over the last 2 years.
Now he's gone 3-2.
One of the things you want to learn as a youngster, you get ahead 0-2. You want to go right after and bury him. Sometimes you waste a pitch, and the next thing you know, you're 3-2.
Hammered down the left field line, foul. Well, Lindor coming off another fabulous season last year. He's made all-star teams each of the last 2 years now. Again, the 3-2. Popped up. Another pop-up issued by Boyd. This one will be caught by Machado. 1 gone. Here's the rest of the lineup for the Indians tonight, presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Lindor, Kipnis, and Ramirez at the top. Encarnacion cleans it up. Michael Brantley is in the lineup tonight. Brandon Gyers in right. Alonso is in there at first base. Perez and Davis rounded out for Terry Francona. Tito trying to get his team back to the World Series, where they appeared 2 years ago in 2016. And Kipnis looks at a strike.
Matt Boyd, fastball is straight, little tail occasionally, 88 to 95, 11 to 5 break on the curveball, under 80 miles an hour. Slider. Then he has the changeup. Good sink on that. There was a lot of sliders for strikes. Gets hitters to chase his slider as well in the dirt.
We've seen Boyd already elevate quite a few pitches in this, well, the first 2 at bats, and Indians for the most part have laid off. 2-1 is swung on and missed. Not that time though.
Because of that motion that he has, it's kind of measured and slow and relaxed, and then he just pops out of his arm. It's a little harder than you think. Plays up, sneaky fastball. Like last night, you saw Zimmer. Here's a good shot at it right there. It's deep in the batter's box right there, off the label.
And Kipnis took one just off the plate, and the count fills down 3-2.
Bradley Zimmer hit the home run, the 2-run home run last night. He came up and sat on a slider from Lariano and got it.
Popped in the air to shallow center field for Leonis Martin. 2 up, 2 down.
Oakland University brings you the Tigers starting defense. Outfield, Victor Reyes gets the start in left field. Leonis Martin in center. Nick Castellanos in right. Mickey's over at first. Machado and Goodrum at shortstop today. Candy's over at third base. James McCann's behind the dish again. Matt Boyd's on the hill.
Well, in his last start, 13 fly ball outs for Boyd. He's already gotten the first 2 Indians to pop the ball up. Jose Ramirez stands in now with the bases empty. Ramirez 1 out of 2. A couple of walks last night, and that's fouled back out of play. Matter of time, you got to believe, for this Indians offense to get rolling. They've got too many good hitters. Lindor, Ramirez, Encarnacion, Brantley off to an ice cold start offensively. Drilled deep to left field. That ball is way back, and Ramirez has hit one out. Second home run of the season for Jose Ramirez, and the Indians lead 1-0.
.396 feet projected right there for Ramirez. Stays back and just puts the backspin on it. Ball's right down the outer third of the plate. Gets his arms well out, full extension, into the stands. Tribe take a 1-0 lead.
He was 3 for 35 prior to that at bat. Encarnacion, the hitter, now with 2 outs. In there, a strike called. 0-2 on Edwin. Chris Bosio is not with the club tonight. He is feeling ill, so Rick Anderson has come out of the bullpen to be the pitching coach this evening with Ron Gardenhire. And of course, those two were together for a decade plus in Minnesota. AJ Sager was called up from AAA to be the bullpen coach for the game tonight. A little bit outside, and the count levels now 2-2. Rick Anderson, longtime pitching coach with Minnesota. Got him, strike 3, and Encarnacion didn't like it, but he's out of there. First strikeout of the ball game for Boyd. They get a run on the homer by Ramirez.
Relieved Mickey on Saturday in the second game for Chicago against the White Sox, and goes yard his first home run for the Tigers. Big 2-run shot brought the Tigers within 1, and they went on to win that game.
Yeah, a really thrilling ball game for the Tigers, who have played a lot of those early on here this year. Goodrum is a guy that can play anywhere on the field, and he's getting the start at short tonight. We know this. He's not afraid to go up there hacking. Very aggressive offensively.
Seems to shorten up a little bit when he gets 2 strikes on him.
Goodrum last year in AAA had pretty good numbers, good power numbers. He'll shoot one toward left field, sinking base hit.
That's a knock. Likes to run a little bit as well.
Single for Goodrum to get things started. Tying run on now for the Tigers.
See the Tribe trying to go away. It's off the plate, but Nico stays on it. He's got pretty good reach, tall kid. Serves it to left field in front of Brantley.
That'll bring up James McCann, who had a tough time last night against the starter Kluber. Struck out 3 times.
Yeah, I think he'll enjoy tonight's pitcher more than last night's. Had a few of those evenings. Was hoping for a foul out on one of those AB. That's what I used to do. Got to start somewhere.
There's a ball outside to McCann.
Tomlin very quick to the plate right there. No leg lift at all. Just quick pitched him. Can't go anywhere in that. However, because he rushed, he did not throw a strike.
Tigers had 2 men on in the first inning. Could not score. Keep an eye on the lead for Goodrum here.
Yeah, we've seen, I believe we had Jacoby Jones 15, 16 feet in Chicago on one lead. That's the biggest lead we've watched this year. 12 plus, I'd say, is a good lead.
Foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I've timed the first 2. Both have been his release time from the time he sets to the time the ball goes to the plate or is caught is less than 1 second. You want it to be 1.3 or better, 1.3 seconds or better. So the only time you'd run in this combination was if 3-1 count or a 3-2 count, because Tomlin's not going to walk anybody.
Snap throw back, and Goodrum gets back in.
Usually see this with the left-handed batter because the catcher comes out of there kind of hidden. Nico's all over that, back easily. You got Ramon Santiago, who's the first base coach, and he's going back.
McCann 2 out of 5 career against Tomlin. James skies one in the air. Center field for Rajai Davis. Staring into the sunlight, and Nico tagging up. Here comes the throw to second, and he is out at second base. He came off the bag.
Originally
and Nico
saved.
says nope. He said hold on. And Gardy telling him hold on. They got 30 seconds to decide now if they want to challenge this. Second base umpire Manny Gonzalez said he came off the bag, called him out. It's an aggressive play right here.
Very much so.
Oh, he got back in there.
If you can see if he stayed on there. Does he stay on there?
Oh, right.
Did he stay on there?
No, but did he tag him again? Tigers are going to challenge. He came off, but did he come back with the tag? Yeah, it was late.
I don't think they're going to reverse that.
You don't think so?
No, because they don't have. It's not definitive from what we see. There may be another shot that we haven't got a chance to look at.
There's no doubt Nico came off, but it looked to me like he might have gotten that hand back in before the tag was applied by Kipnis the second time.
I think that it came off a second time, though, is what it looked like to me. If you had a view from center field or left field, I think you'd really be able to watch it. He comes off. We know, now he gets on. But does he come back off or does he get pushed off?
I don't think he came off that second time. We'll see.
Well, some players you can tell they. I was just saying that there are people who are very good at judging what's going to get reversed and not. And you know, I think that's something that you almost have to school your players in so they understand what can get reversed, so you can have a census amongst yourself. You see a player, you think he's got the best view, which he does. So you got to believe him, but that's not whether that's not the key. The key is, will they reverse it?
Regardless of what they decide here, that was a very aggressive play by Goodrum.
Yeah, I don't. Gardy would have no problem with that at all, because Tomlin is quick. Tried to surprise attack right there.
I don't think Rajay, after he caught the ball, was able to square up either. So
that's a
trying
swim
to take
move.
advantage of it.
That's a swim. He looks like he's on right there. Well, you get to listen to the music anyway, huh? This one is, they probably see that it's should be reversed, but I don't know if they got enough evidence to do it. Yes.
Safe. Yeah, it looked like he got back in.
Proved me wrong. That's good by me.
Call is overturned, and that means Goodrum's in scoring position now with one gone. Continuing with the aggressive play the Tigers have had early on this season.
It's a good play. One out, man on second, scoring position. I believe he's got over 60% chance of scoring. My memory serves me right as far as the run matrix, what it states.
Here's Victor Reyes. Reyes making his second start of the year. He was injured earlier this year in a collision with Jose Iglesias. Got about 7 or 8 stitches on his arm and has not played since. But Gardy said we got to get our reserves in at some point in this series, and here's Reyes. 0-2 now on Victor.
Well, let's go back and look at that play, that aggressive tag play you were talking about. I don't know if he made up his mind or if Ramon Santiago made up his mind, but you're going to see him get back really quick. Now, somebody on the field is yelling, tagging for Cleveland. That's why you saw Rajay Davis have a quick release. Tigers with the chance to tie it up.
Now they go 2.
No, I enjoy that type of play right there. One more look and we'll put it to rest. So great. He pulls the arm back, puts the right arm on, and then he quickly gets the left on there. And for the second time, here you go.
Got him. Strike 3 on the outer edge. And Reyes is out. That is the first strikeout of the ballgame for Tomlin.
Take a look right there. Breaking ball. We talked about it. They love to throw and spin it. It looked like it was off the plate, and you can see Perez with this glove. You could show that in slow motion, so you can see just how far he moved it. Now he did a good quick job. At the regular speed, you can't see it.
I think Reyes had a beef there. That appeared to be low and away.
Yeah, I agree.
Machado with a swing and a miss. Dixon trying to knock in a 2-out run. Machado, 4 hits on the road trip, was 0 for 3 in the opener here last night.
Now we're going to go back one more time and take a look. We'll watch Perez, the catcher, how quickly he frames that ball in there. Now we're going to slow it down for you. Watch the glove with the catcher. He's going to catch it off. Then it's one motion. He's going to bring it right up. Now we're slowing it down. See how quick he moved that? That's in slow motion. Give the umpire a good look. Good job by them. Nico getting aggressive out there still. We're here with 2 outs. You don't want to make it out at third base. You got to know you can make it.
Top of the order waiting on deck, Leonis Martin.
Now this is real time. Sold. That's what you got to do. You got to make it look good for the umpire. Las Diaz back there.
Dixon trying to tie this game up. Home run by Ramirez has given the Tribe an early lead. Here's the 1-2. Chop toward third base on the charge there. Ramirez. Quick flip is in time to end the inning. No runs, a single. They strand a man at second.
Pitches, the slider, fastball, and changeup. There you see out front gets 2 fly balls. You can see the out front with the speed variation. Then he gives up the fastball right there, and Jose Ramirez got behind it and it elevates it into the stands.
Michael Brantley will get it rolling now here in the second for the Indians. Brantley, Geyer, and Alonso facing left-hander Matthew Boyd. 24 pitch first inning. The home run by Ramirez gave the Indians the lead. Here's the 1-0, and Brantley looks at a strike. 1-1. It's been a tough couple of years for Brantley injury wise. He was injured much of last year as well with an ankle problem. Only had 3 at bats this spring. Flies this one in the air to deep left. Reyes is going back, and Brantley is out. 1 gone. Hey, don't miss the Tigers take on the Yankees. A 3-game series coming up this Friday through Sunday. Great seats are still available at Tigers.com or by calling 866-66-TIGER. First look at the Yanks this year.
I've never seen you stand up and do a telecast straight. What, you got a cramp or something?
No. Just gotta, you know, sitting is bad for you if you continuously do it. So every now and then you got to stand up.
Oh, I stand up all the time. No,
oh.
You know, nothing you do bothers me. You're the pro.
Oh, we could change that. We could change that quickly.
I could take it.
0-2 the count on Brandon Geyer. Geyer is in right field in this one here tonight. He'll check it low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boyd last year appearing in a career high amount of starts and innings. 25 starts, 135 innings at the major league level.
And what, 51 at the AAA.
So that's close to the 200 mark, which is seemingly the number that most pitchers shoot for. Easy play back to the mound and a shovel toss for the out. 2 gone. bring up Yonder Alonso, and it also brings us to Chevrolet's most dependable player. Look at the home run increase for Yonder Alonso from 2016 to last year.
In less games. Had 156 in 16, only 7 home runs. 142 games in 17 and 28 home runs. You never know. You go someplace, you have a magic year, you get a different hitting coach, you know. It's just somebody else resonates with you, and there you go.
Well, the Indians needed someone to replace Carlos Santana, who signed with the Philadelphia Phillies in the offseason. Alonso had a big year, and here he is. Playing first base for the Tribe. Pounded foul down the third base line. Candelario runs out of room. 1-1 on Alonso.
You can look at every player in the big leagues. It's not unusual to have a down year or one significant year. You have the Hall of Famers that do it all the time. That's why they're in the Hall of Fame. But it's a game of adjustments. You know, maybe they were pounding him inside and he did a routine to hit the ball inside, and then now the pitchers are going to have to adjust to him again. Or he learns to hit the ball. He generally was a opposite field hitter in the air. So started to pull the ball a little more. The ball's going to go out of the ballpark on the pull side with more regularity.
Boyd came inside there. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Alonso. Chop to the right side. On a backhand there, Cabrera. Boyd will cover, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew. 2 in the books here in Cleveland. It's 1-0 Indians.
Award winner had Cy Young Award stuff last night. Just look at the spin on this ball. It's so late. That ball swings back 8 to 12 inches. Looked it up online today. He had the cutter going, the slider, swing backer. Struck out 13 Tigers last night, 9 looking. So that's great deception.
Well, when you look at Kluber, he has had decent success over the years against the Tigers, but last night was another level. I mean, he was as good as I think we've ever seen him against the Tigers starting 9.
And the Indians media, who watch him all the time, said that was, they confirmed what we had witnessed ourselves. It was the best we've seen this year, for sure.
Leonis Martin leads it off for the Tigers and pops it up. Here is Lindor to the grass, and Martin is out.
2 times to Lindor for Martin.
One away now for Candelario. Jamer slapped a double to the gap in his first at bat. And you go back to that first inning, he was on second with one out, and Lindor made a spectacular play on a ground ball by Cabrera, which might have scored the run. Tomlin curls one in for a strike.
They like that breaking ball first pitch because most of the time, most hitters will take that. All he wanted to do is get a free strike.
0-2.
Candy out over in the front leg right there. Swings right over top. Oh, that hurt.
Man, 0-2 pitch right in the knee, and you could hear the pop all the way up here. That was a direct hit on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, you worry about something being broke there. Many guys who can run and steal bases, they wear a pad on their knee, and then if it is a pad, you have to make sure that it's the one that you tuck under when you slide, not your front one. He's trying to walk it off. You know, it may miss the kneecap and hit him in the side right there where the leg bone's connected to the. Yeah, it got him on the side.
That's good.
Did you want to finish that song?
Leg bone's connected to the hip bone. No. Is it?
The knee bone.
The knee bone, which is connected to the hip bone.
Yeah. Get some music behind that.
He got me doubting myself. Candelario is going to stay in the game. He's all right, although he's probably feeling it right now.
Yeah, this is a good time to walk around and limp like you can't hardly walk and take off. The first pitch.
Sounds like something you've done a time or two in your career.
Well, he doesn't have a big enough lead to do that, but at least play it up for another time or two. But only he knows that he can pull it off.
Cabrera had a ball in the hole between third and short in his last at bat that Lindor made a diving play on.
With one out, you would want to leave that hole open for Miggy. You wouldn't want to take it away. First baseman covering Alonso. Kipnis way up the middle. You can see right there, big old 3-4 hole right there to the right.
Line drive, base hit, this time over the head of Lindor, and that'll put two men on as Candelario gets to second base. Solid single to left center field.
Now this is good. You wonder that aggressive play by Nico. And watch when this ball gets to Brantley out there. Jammer's making a good turn and he throws it in quickly. Good rush. He missed it a little bit there in the shot. You can watch him right here. He's going to turn. He's rushing to the ball. He thinks he's going to third. Watch how quick he gets up on a normal. That's what you want to do. You get outfielders do what we call the peekaboo, and you miss the ball, or you throw it errantly, and you can continue. So that's part of the game there. Another part that I like that the Tigers are displaying this year in 18.
Castellanos ball one. Tigers left two men on in the first, one more in the second. Now trying to cash in here in the third. Already 3 Tigers hits in this game. Nicholas walked in the first. Curls went in for a strike. 1-1.
It's important that both runners make sure they get a good secondary lead. You want to make sure you make it to whatever base. You don't want to advance one base. You want to advance 2.
High fly ball left field. It's going to chase Brantley back. He's under it. Candelario tags but heads back to second base. Castellanos just missed it.
It's outstanding right there.
Well, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moments later in tonight's game. 2 gone now. It's going to be up to Victor.
I'd like to see Victor get a hold of one right here. Clean him up. Got a couple ducks out there. Quack. You hear that?
That didn't sound like any duck I ever heard.
It's too cold for the ducks to come back.
It sounded like a cantankerous duck.
Oh, come on now. That wasn't that bad.
Quack, quack.
No, they don't quack.
Yeah, they do. Foul back 0-1. It was in this ballpark last year that Victor Martinez recorded his 2,000th major league hit, which I guess was a piece of symmetry when you consider he began his career with the Indians.
There you got 12 feet and 13 feet. Now you're going to want to come off here if you can. Watch the secondary lead is the most important.
Spun him out of there. 1-1. Tomlin had 39 pitches to get through 2 innings. He's up to 52 now. And he was a guy last year that was among the best in first pitch strikes. He was at about 69%. Only Kershaw was better last season.
We need to look up the average percentage of strikes that pitchers throw. I would say 70. Alan Trammell always says they should be able to throw 70. You notice I recite Trammisms a lot.
Yep.
That's gospel to me. That's his standard.
70%?
70%. I think that's probably high, but it's something good to shoot at. If you can get to that, then you can get to the corners. Then we'll let it go down a little bit if you're on the corner, just a little off. Because sometimes you get those calls.
Here's a 2-1. Low ball 3.
Victor looks like he's seeing it good. Find a gap right there in the right center field gap. Let's let Mickey get his legs loose. Nice hole out there between right and center fielder. Oh, Raji's moving over a little bit. Wonder if he's getting the signs from Lindor.
Big swing there by Victor. If an outfielder is getting signs from an infielder, typically how is that done? Will the infielder just stick his hands behind his back?
It looks like he had it, but I don't know if it was just in his pocket. So he could do something with his feet. He could step. He could just lift one leg up. He could lean to the right, lean to the left.
3-2. That'll get back out of play.
So we're going to watch Lindor and see if he sticks that hand behind his back. Now, why would an outfielder want to know? Would you want to know if it was a fastball or off speed? Because if it was a fastball and it was away, you'd start to lean to the right. Yeah, actually, I'd be shuffling to the right. I don't think he's doing it. He's looking at the sign. You're on second base as well. You can. You're the runner. You can look at the sign. But you just study him and watch Lindor, what he's doing with his hands, with his feet.
Again, slight foul. But it could be something as simple as tugging at the pants.
Yeah, he could tug the pants, but you got to do something that nobody would pick up. Tram used to kind of just, we'd have it different. He would just kind of what he would step with first. So you just watch his feet. Like He doesn't have the sign yet. You just lift that heel off a little bit or bend the knee forward. See if he gets the sign, if he does any. No, he moved his right arm first last time. I don't think we got.
Walked him. That's going to load the bases now for Nico Goodrum.
There, I don't think he's giving the signs, but I will guarantee you there's somebody in the big leagues that's giving those signs. Good job by V-Mart.
So now a big opportunity for Nico, who singled in his first at bat. Tigers down by a run. They got him loaded. Candelario Cabrera and now Martinez. Ball 1 to Goodrum. Pitch count now starting to elevate for Tomlin. The Martinez at bat was an 8-pitch at bat. Now he's about to throw his 60th, which is about 20 per inning. The 1-0. And Nico looks at a ball outside. 2-0.
60 pitches. Here they are by inning. Tigers trying to get Tomlin's pitch count up, get him out of there.
Tomlin already has walked 2 in this game. We mentioned he walked less than 1 on average per 9 last year. And Nico had a rip on 2-0 and fouled it back. Goodrum last year at AAA had 25 doubles, 13 homers. He is the one guy that Ron Gardenhire can play any place on the field.
Yeah, he's just happy to be here. Candy, Cabrera, and Martinez on the bases. Good time for a dinger.
Swing and a miss. Elevated up top at 86 miles an hour. He swung right through it. Tomlin has been in and out of trouble early on in this game quite a bit.
Tomlin, you just notice he elevates that fastball right at the top of the zone. Most hitters are lower ball hitters than they are high ball hitters. So you're not going to see him get on top of that too often, even though it's only 86, 88 miles an hour. It's in the right spot. Swing gets a little long, hard to get directly to the ball. You only hope you can foul it off and get a better pitch to hammer. That's
staying alive.
That's a good 2-strike approach right there. Been going away. Got to believe it might come inside again or go up top. Good short stroke right there.
Tomlin last year had a really good finish. In his last 10 starts was 6-0. Little chopper right back to the mound, and Tomlin will throw him out, and he escapes again. Tigers leave him loaded as we go to the bottom of the 3rd in Cleveland. here for the Tribe, and time now for the Bernstein advantage. Matthew Boyd, career against the Indians. He has posted some really good numbers, and a 1.91 ERA in 28 1/3 innings.
And you can see he is getting ground balls over the history of his games against the Indians. Not normally. He's getting more fly balls this year.
Well, he's got Perez, Davis, and Lindor here in the third for the Indians. Jose Ramirez a home run off Boyd in the first. That has been it, although the Tigers have threatened considerably in this game. They haven't scored yet. And there is strike one to the right-handed batting Perez.
Tigers with 3 hits, 6 left on after three innings. The Tribe 1 hit and 1 run. That's the home run by Ramirez.
Here's the 0-1. Perez catching tonight. Gomes caught in the ball game last night. And it was Yan Gomes that got the first Tribe hit in the 5th inning after Liriano was cruising in that game. In there is strike called. 1-2. Boyd seemingly had his season turn around with that near no-hitter against the White Sox last year. Just off the plate. Mack held it there, didn't get the call. 2-2.
Tribe has gotten a few of those in the last game and plus.
They'll fill it now. 3-2. Tigers pitching allowing just 3 runs in the last 3 games, covering only over 26 innings. That was coming in, so their rotation and the bullpen have really done the job this year.
Need to keep it going. It's early. They're off to a good start. Even harder to duplicate day in and day out.
Walked it, ball 4. Leadoff man on. Time for a game break now, and Matt Shepard. Yeah, the Tigers, of course, swept them in Chicago, and the White Sox, who got off to a nice little start, were stopped cold by the Tigers. Here's a swing and a miss by Davis. I think, Gibby, if you look at the Central Division, you got Cleveland, who I think many feel is going to be the class of this division, but Tigers, KC, Chicago, those teams are bunched up right now. And Minnesota, we'll see if they can duplicate what they did last year.
They played pretty well. They believe they should win. See if Matt Boyd can't pick off Perez.
Fouled away.
Well, he's not off very far over there, but he's just kind of getting comfortable. Miggy gets talking to him. All he has to do is take his eyes off him for a second. We can get him.
Rajay Davis batting 9th in the ball game tonight. Batted 6th yesterday. Checked it. Davis had a double. Stole a base last night. Boyd has surrendered only the 1 hit so far. That was the Ramirez home run in the first. The 1-2.
Well, you're talking about Raji last night. Had a double. He can still scoot pretty good at 30+ years old, and he gets out of that box good. He's going all the way. See Nick getting over there, and Raji is going to challenge him. Look at that average there. 9.2, 7.84 seconds home to second base. That's flying.
he can still really run. Here are some of the top times to second this season.
So he was 7.84.
Slicing down the right field line. Castellanos on the run, gets there. And Perez retreats, one gone.
Good job by Nick getting over there. Looks like Raji's trying to dunk another one in there.
That'll bring up Lindor now.
Let's get a double play ball right here. This is not an easy guy to double off. He hits plenty of them in the air.
Popped up in his first at bat. Strike one. Lindor had such a good year last year. He finished 5th in the MVP voting in the American League. Chopped toward third slowly. Candelario scooping, throwing, and he got him.
Nice play.
Two gone. Nice play by Candy.
That was, the ball came up on him. That ball stays down. It's a much harder play for Candy. Lindor doesn't get out of the box, but yeah, he's made a play like that last night. Lindor down there in about 4.2 seconds out of the box, according to my watch. There you see Candy with a good throw, making some good footwork to cut him down.
Kipnis flying to center field in his first at bat, a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs. Kipnis last year appeared in just 90 games for the Indians, with 3 stints rather on the disabled list. Little pop up, shallow center field. Martin charging. He'll get there and to retire the side. No runs, a walk to get a man to second. We go to the 4th inning here in Cleveland.
Candelario, we've got the metrics on there. Good play. The runner's 22.6 feet per second. Throw distance of 93, and the exchange was 0.9 of a second. So he got the ball in his glove. Didn't even take him a second to get it exchanged and on the way.
Tomlin goes back to the mound and he curls one inside on James McCann. It'll be the bottom 3, McCann, Reyes, Machado for the Tigers here against Tomlin, who had 65 pitches to get through 3 innings. The Tigers have stranded 6 in this game so far.
James is so due.
He is so due is right. He flied out in his first at bat. He's won for his last 12.
He can hit a bomb right here. He'd be on his way. It's crazy how it works.
1-1. Tomlin has yet to have a quick inning. Tigers loaded them in the third but could not score.
So for all of you that have played baseball out there, you can probably remember a time when you were scuffling a little bit.
Every day.
And you'd probably get a chance to rest a little bit. Mr. McCann has to go out there again today. You have every good intention every day you come out there. You've worked on things in the cage and you hope that it transfers into the game.
Chop to the shortstop, Lindor. And McCann is out.
Keep pushing, Jim.
One gone. We check in now with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, I'm out here near the Tigers bullpen where Tigers roving pitching instructor A.J. Sager is acting as the bullpen coach today. That's because regular bullpen coach Rick Anderson is inside the dugout taking on the pitching coach responsibilities because Chris Bosio called in sick today. He had an ailment yesterday and he needed to go see a doctor to determine exactly what was wrong with him, so he didn't come to the ballpark today. The hope is he will be back at his regular post tomorrow, so we certainly wish him well and a speedy recovery from whatever it is that's ailing him.
We do indeed, and hopefully Bass will be back in that dugout. But as we mentioned before, Rick Anderson and Ron Gardenhire are old buddies and know each other very well. It's another good play by Lindor. So Reyes running hard. He's out. 2 gone.
Yeah, he set that up good, Lindor did. Got that foot planted. Nice backhand over the top throw.
It'll bring up Machado. Dixon bounced out 5-3 in his only at bat. It'll ride inside 1-0. Machado all of last year had 5 doubles the entire season. He has 6 already this year. And he had 6 of them in his first 7 games. 2-0 is in there, 2-1.
Doubles leaders in the Major League. Bogarts, who got hurt, leads. Did you see that injury?
No, what happened?
Slid in to try and catch a ball as he was going into the dugout. Chipped a bone in his ankle. So he's looking at 8 weeks minimum.
Popped up. Middle of the infield. Who's going to take it? It'll be Lindor, the captain, out there, and a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Tomlin.
play of the game, Jose Ramirez, first at bat, first inning, solo shot. Tigers trail 1-0.
Yeah, really, that's been it. Aside from a walk that Boyd issued to Perez in the third, not a whole lot going on for the Indians. Ramirez's home run was his second, his fifth RBI. That'll miss outside.
He's been a nemesis to the Tigers. You wonder why. I mean, he's 9 of his 29 bombs against the Tigers last year. He's seeing it good. Didn't even bite. Didn't even nibble. Didn't even blink. That pitch.
In there, a strike called. Interesting stat on Ramirez. He has swung 14 times in the series. He has not missed. He has not whiffed one pitch. About right here. The 3-1. Ground ball. Nice play. It's short. Goodrum sets, throws, safe at first. Nico made a nice play.
Boy, he did. It took him a little bit of time to get rid of that ball, gather himself. Couldn't quite get his feet underneath him, couldn't get around it. Looked like he beat it out for sure. Real time right here. You can see he's going well away. Lindor gets down that line pretty good. This is not a short throw. Oh,
it was close. No challenge though. Here's Encarnacion. Right back up the middle. This should be 2. Boyd to second, 1. Relay double play. Boy, Encarnacion hits into a boatload of those.
Had one last night up the middle. Matthew took his time, made a good throw. In the middle infielders, they don't have to worry about anybody at second base. You're going to see it from behind right here. Took his time. Runner can't run into you down there anymore, so this is very fundamental.
Two gone now, and that'll bring up Brantley. Flied out to left field in his only at bat.
Did you miss that part of the game? Nick could go down there and break that double play up.
I do. I think it was a really neat part of the game, and Brantley is hit by the pitch, and apparently so is McCann, who is down on his knees.
I take the Brantley hit over where McCann got.
Yeah, I think you're right.
See if we can find some nice flowers in the stands.
There's Doug Teeter, the head athletic trainer. He's been out a couple of times. Not much he can do about this. It is what it is. And what it is not good. McCann now starting to feel normal again.
Yeah, there's a couple things that happen on the baseball diamond. It takes the breath right away. That's one of them.
Not sure I want to know what the other one is.
Yeah, well, if it happens, we'll talk about it
Okay.
mentally.
Look forward to it. Brandon Geyer stands in. And Geyer looks at ball 1.
You beat me. Got to get out of this inning right here. Get the Tigers back up. Take the lead here.
Ground ball to short, and Goodrum will go the short way to get the force and land the innings, and no damage done other than to McCann. To you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, for tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
Boy, Bell Tire's digging those roads, aren't they?
They are indeed. They're definitely digging the roads.
Every temperature variation that happens. But it's going to get nice soon, I hear.
Yes.
Go out to the ballpark this weekend. Tigers and Yankees. Here in Cleveland, stop by. Not bad today. In Cleveland.
Weather better tomorrow, the next 2 days here in Cleveland as well. Leonis Martin. Candelario, then Cabrera facing the right-hander Tomlin. Tomlin kind of straightened things out a little bit. He had 65 pitches after 3, and then he threw only 12 in the 4th inning. A 1-2-3 frame.
Martin has popped out to Lindor 2 times his first at bat, having trouble getting the ball down to the ground.
The 2-1.
No, didn't like that one again.
Wave and a miss struck him out. Martinez out of there. 1 away. Fans, Kids opening day is this Sunday when the Tigers take on those Yankees at 1:10 p.m. All kids 14 and under get a free Paws growth chart. If you'd like tickets, go to tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER. Here's Candelario. That, I believe, is only the second Tomlin strikeout in this game.
He curveballed. Candy's seen a lot of hooks. You notice that lately? Last night, tonight?
Yep.
Just slower and slower. You got to stay back. Can't go out and get it.
Oh, and 2 on Jamer. Jamer on base twice in this game. Double hit by a pitch. Now the 0-2. Talking about Jamer being hitting pals with Robinson Cano in the offseason. Said one of the things Cano taught him was to stay inside the baseball, and what he tries to accomplish on every single at bat is hitting the ball between short and second, and that allows him to go foul line to foul line, which has been the type of hitter that he's been.
Well, the terminology, stay inside the baseball, can mean different things to different people. It can be a dangerous thing too. But I was taught differently. It was the same aspect that they were trying to teach, the same philosophy. It was either backspin or side spin, no top spin. So staying inside stops you from rolling over the ball. However, if you get your hands too far ahead and your bat lags too much, it can be not a very good thing. There we got the other line. It's down into the right field corner.
Candy trying for 2. Here comes the throw, and he's in there with a double, his second of the game. Hooked that one just inside the bag and down the line at first.
Last inning, he went to his first hit of the game. He went to left field for a double in the first inning, and right here he stays back on that breaking ball and hits a bullet down here in the right field line. Geyer over there quickly. The inaccurate throw allows Candelario to go into second standing up.
Well, the Tigers last night did not have a man in scoring position. Tonight already they are 0 for 6 risk, but maybe that'll change right here with Miguel Cabrera.
It's gonna.
Miggy a single and a ground out, thrown out on a great play by Lindor. And he'll look at ball 1. Tigers now have 4 hits.
Two doubles and a single, 2 singles. Need a gapper here. Change places with him.
Chopped to third base. Ramirez behind the bag. Plenty of time to throw out Cabrera. The runner holds. Let's check in now with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, I'm out here in right field at the corner where inside there are probably 200 or 300 people staying warm and enjoying a cold beer. But here at this beer tent, I guess beer vending machine, my man Charlie closed up shop because sales weren't going all that well. I guess if you're outside, it's more of a hot chocolate or coffee evening. Inside is where they're serving the cold ones.
Hey, Trev, wait till after the game to partake, all right?
Absolutely, unless you're talking about the hot chocolate.
Of course.
I could go for one of those right now.
Here's Castellanos.
You're a hockey guy, Trev. You don't need hot cocoa.
You know what, Gibby? Every rink I went to this season with the Wings was warmer than it is out here right now.
That I believe.
So you're not acclimated?
No, not quite.
0-1 on Nick.
So are you out there where you could catch a home run ball by Nick Castellanos?
No, I'm in foul territory, but if he rips one up here, I'll be the first one on it.
His confidence right there.
I'll knock somebody over.
0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Castellanos. Everybody's inside out there in the corner.
Where's he at?
Except Trev.
All of his buddies out there.
Those are smart folks inside. Real smart folks.
Is it chilly out there?
Yeah, now that the sun's gone down, that wind is still coming through. It's a little nippy.
Tomlin ready with the 0-2. Elevated one, but too high for Castellanos to go chasing.
Nick is due for a big blow right here. Seen all of his pitches. First man in scoring position.
The 1-2 outside 2-2. Here's a stat that just kind of makes you scratch your head. There is activity now. Zach McAllister warming up. 21 straight innings for the Tigers without scoring a run. They can bring that to an end right here with a base hit.
Could go for that.
First inning on Sunday in Chicago was their last run, and it held up. That was that great game that Mike Fiers threw for the Tigers in his first Detroit start.
Something's it's going to be spinning here.
Fly ball, shallow right field, slicing, coming toward the line, and Alonso can't get there. So Nick has new life.
Slider just got it off the end of the bat. Many clubs throw Nick inside, and he's held his ground where he's at in the batter's box. He's barely getting a piece of that pitch. Too close to take. Probably called out on strikes should he have taken it. Look at those fingers are stinging. You want to get your fingers warmed up. How do you do it out there?
Wait to get back in the dugout.
They used to have water bottles that were warm. Well, you can stick them in pockets somewhere. Areas are warm.
Candelario doubled with one out. He is there now with 2 outs. Outside 3-2.
Got to spin another one up there. Can't believe it. Want to go with this fastball.
Nick with a walk and a fly out. And again, back out of play.
New bat.
Firewood there.
Nick still uses ash for the wood in his bat. Many use maple. So it's much harder wood. We were talking, I don't remember who we was talking to the other day about in the ash bat you have to have the label up when you swing. Here's the label about halfway up the bat, trademarking it that looks like it's a Louisville Slugger. You got to keep that up. If you hit with the label forward, it's going to crack your bat immediately. You have the label up, it protects the grains. The maple, they put a little mark down more on the handle. You're supposed to have it pointing straight forward or back.
I got a letter from a fan the other day who asked that very question about the label and whether or not it should be up. And all these broken bats that we have seen, and more so in the past couple of years in Major League Baseball. And again, the 3-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Tigers again strand another. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight, presented by Bell Tire. Getting more ground balls in this game tonight.
Well, it's good distribution. Not a lot of strikeouts, but not a lot of walks. He's walked one.
Alonso skies one in the air deep into left field, backing up to the warning track, and wall is Reyes to make the catch. One gone. Well, if you're looking for a great volunteer opportunity, we've got one for you. Come on down at Comerica Park Sunday, April 29th. Help out with the I Ran the D 5K presented by DTE Energy. If you'd like more information, go to foxsportsdetroit.com. One gone now for Perez. Carl Willis and Tomlin chatting. Tomlin dodging quite a few bullets in this game. Only had one 1-2-3 inning. That was in the fourth.
Tigers unable to get the big hit.
Perez shoots one to left field, base hit. He's on base for the second time in this game.
Got a good look at this. Really stayed back. Nice line drive between short and second, third base. Ball's elevated and right down the middle. Fortunate that ball didn't get in the gap. Looking for the double play. Hard to double Raji though.
Rajay Davis flying out to right field in his only at bat. That was only the third hit for the Indians tonight. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Davis. Had a couple of really good years with the Tigers. Stole quite a few bases. 54 in 2 seasons with Detroit. Signed a minor league deal in February with the Indians and made the club out of spring camp. Good block by McCann, 1-1.
Tell you, it looked like Perez really saw Boyd good that at bat. It looked like Raji Davis right there, just not flinching at all. Sometimes you get your third at bat through a guy or fourth at bat, you can pick something up that alerts you what's coming. Something off speed, 79 miles an hour. Raji not on his front foot and not at all.
Three balls and one strike to Davis.
That's another off-speed pitch. Didn't flinch a bit. Fifth time to a 3-ball count, 1 walk tonight on that pitch.
Davis had probably the biggest at bat of his career a couple of years ago in the World Series in Game 7 against the Cubs, and it rolled as Chapman hit the home run for Chicago, a game or for the Indians, a game that Chicago would eventually win. What an electric moment here. Here's the 3-1. Davis fouls it back out of play.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch for Matt Boyd. 72 the low, 92 the high. That 71's low. Good 21-mile-an-hour difference. Want to get those hitters rocking back and forth. Don't want them to let you time yourself up.
Two is hammered foul. It was out in front of it. Davis hands out a souvenir. Lindor waiting on deck.
Doesn't it seem like they're just really seeing him good all of a sudden?
Yep.
I mean, he's not. I'm looking. They're not on the front foot. He throws the fastball. It seems like everything he throws, they know it's coming to me.
Bullpen get loose now. You see McAllister is still throwing for the Indians, but the Tigers now starting to scurry a little bit. Loosen up. In the air to center field. Martinez on the move. He'll get there. Davis is out. Runner retreats. 2 gone. Perez back to first base. Here is Lindor. They've held him in check so far in this series. 0 for 6 for Lindor.
So let's keep it that way.
And McCann gave up his body that time to block that ball. Came out of the crouch.
You're the catcher. You know what the pitch is. He knows he's got to block it. Got his shoulders over there in front of the ball. Kept it in front.
High ball 2 on Lindor. High fly ball right field. Castellanos coming over. He's under it. That'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. 5 in the books here in Cleveland.
available, but 11 years ago today there was absolutely nobody in the stadium because the Tribe were forced to move their series with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to Milwaukee. That's because snow wiped out their series here. Now, they opened against the Seattle Mariners, got 4 innings in before the snow started falling, and they had to shut that series down. In that 4 innings of work against the Mariners, Victor Martinez, running down the first base line, pulled a hamstring and did not accompany the team to Milwaukee. But he did recall that series when we spoke earlier tonight, and he said the best thing about being away from the team at that point in time was his girl, Maria Victoria, was born on this day. So he was not with the team in Milwaukee, but did get to witness the birth of his daughter. So happy birthday to her. That's number 11. We'll see if Papa can come through with a hit for her here right now, Mario.
Well, that worked out nicely for V-Mart. Got a wall side windows pitching change now as Zach McAllister comes on for the Tribe. We go to the 6th inning and V-Mart leads it off.
Josh Tomlin threw 5 innings. Was it 98 pitches?
Tomlin is relieved by McAllister. Victor has a walk and a ground out. Tigers have stranded 7 so far in this game, and Martinez looks at a strike.
There's the real shift right there. That's how they want to play it.
The 1-1. The only run in this game came back in the first on the home run by Ramirez. For Matthew Boyd, and that's been it. The Tigers have 4 hits and Cleveland with 3. Victor skies one in the air to center field. Rajay Davis right in front of 400-foot marker out there in center. 1 gone.
Just missed it.
Tigers battle the Yankees this Saturday. The first 10,000 fans receive an April in the D Skyline beanie courtesy of Fox Sports Detroit. If you'd like tickets, 866-66-TIGER or go to tigers.com and score one of those Skyline beanies. Here is Nico Goodrum. Nico single and a ground out. He hit one right back to the mound with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 3rd. The Tigers have had chances. That one might have been one of the best opportunities. The 1-0. Gardy saying before the game today, when he plays Goodrum, you got to be careful, because if you pinch hit for him, you can't take him out of the game, because then you've got nobody left on the bench that can play infield. So he would have to stay in the game if he wanted to make a move. That ball driven in the air toward left field, chasing Brantley back to the corner, still going back to run it down.
A couple deep fly balls. Not quite getting them, just missing them a little bit.
2 away. Now the catcher McCann. Different look to this bullpen this year for Cleveland, and really the absence of one guy has made it a different look, and that was Brian Shaw, because he threw a boatload of innings here the last couple of years.
He did. 75 to 80 appearances a year.
And I think from what we understand, the Indians still trying to find that one guy that could replace him or eat up those innings.
Well,
saw Miller last night. He's still good.
You're not going to see one guy do it.
One and 0 on McCann. One ball, 1 strike. More action in the bullpen. Olsen, the left-hander, warming up. James can't buy a break. That last pitch seemed outside. That'll dart low and away, 2-1.
You notice the circle right there next to this pitch speed. That's a ball. The dots are strikes.
Fly out, ground out for McCann. 2 gone here in the 6th inning. 1-0 Cleveland. Max sends a ground ball to short. Lindor in the backhand. And McAllister comes out of the bullpen, throws a 1-2-3 6th inning. Still 1-0 Tribe.
Throwing a beauty. Here's his 3 pitches: the slider, the fastball, and the changeup on the right. Gave up a home run in the 1st inning, and other than that, has the Indians totally off stride. Does have 1 double play, 1 strikeout, and a base on ball. Some good defense by his team behind him. Hanging in there now and getting up close to his pitch count. Trying to keep these Indians off the board any further.
72 so far in the pitch count for Boyd as he goes to work now against 2, 3, and 4. Gipnis, Ramirez, and Encarnacion. Gipnis has flied to center field twice in this game. Behind him, the count now 0-2. Gipnis had a huge spring training, batted .346, and he hit 6 homers in spring camp. That'll miss high, 1-2. Gipnis down on strikes and 1 gone here in the 6th.
80 pitches right there. How far do you go with Matthew Boyd? He's throwing the ball good. You're reading he's not walking anybody. Still got the location. Nasty slider right there. Looks like it's going to be a strike in the inside, and it disappears.
Here is Jose Ramirez. He is responsible for the game's only run. Homered into the seats in left field back in the 1st with 2 outs.
396 feet.
Ball high, 1-1.
Why not call that pitch? Here's coming into this at bat. 37 pitches seen, 15 swings. Has not missed a ball when he swung at.
Still has.
When I had it, it was just the reverse. No contact.
A crooked number in the whiffs column?
Yeah, no contact. But you keep swinging. Oops, there's a game winner.
That's right. It can happen at any time. The 1-2. way outside. 2-2 on Ramirez. Ramirez last year finished third in the AL MVP voting last year. That was the war that was going on between Altuve and Judge, this little guy against the big guy. Who was going to win the MVP, and Altuve won it. Then Judge, and then Ramirez, the top three in the voting.
All good choices.
Chopped to third base. Candelario on the charge, and Ramirez is out by half a step. 2 gone now. Time for a game break, and Matt Shepard. Yeah, Shep, and he's hearing about it too from those Yankees fans. He had a couple of 5 strikeout games. What do we got going on here? Oh, there we go. I thought that was Jose Ramirez sitting in the seats. Fooled me.
That's a pretty big head for him. You got one of those for you?
No.
Come on.
We wouldn't be able to fit it in the booth. The 0-1 is whistled foul.
What way?
Sideways.
Oh, that's a self-dig. Whoa.
0-2 on Encarnacion. He is now 0 for 6 in this series. Couple of double play balls. 1-2.
You ever just stop in a barbershop and get your hair cut?
Well, yeah, back in the 80s.
I'm just talking about now.
When I needed haircuts. Yeah.
How long does it take?
No, 10 minutes.
How much should it take me?
Probably about a minute and a half.
It's about an hour today.
Why?
Some guy recognized me.
Oh, there you go.
Did an interview. It's okay though.
Nice.
But I told him I'd send you down there tomorrow.
Great.
So,
Let me know what time.
yeah, I got you. He'll do good.
The 1-2. We talked about Encarnacion last night. He got off to a dreadful start last year, batted 200 in the month of April, and everybody was wondering why did they sign him to a 3-year deal. And then he caught fire and had one of his typical years. I would assume he'll do again the same this year. He's gotten off to a slow start, but so the rest of the tribe. Swing and miss. See you later. Another strikeout for Boyd. 1-2-3, 6th inning. Matt Boyd dealing tonight. The only mistake was the home run by Ramirez. Got to get the bats going.
Another beauty. America Bank game summary. First inning, Matt Boyd runs into trouble. Jose Ramirez with the solo shot, but since then has totally dominated the Indians. Is off balance on all pitches and has held them in check. 5 innings, 3 hits and a run. Now he's through 6. 3 strikeouts, and on the other side, Josh Tomlin has kept the Tigers off balance. Tigers have had trouble scoring in this run. Have left 7 men on base so far tonight, so they're looking for another opportunity here. And Josh Tomlin has given away to Zach McAllister, and now Olson, the lefty.
Victor Reyes will lead things off, and it's a wall side windows pitching change. Tyler Olson. It'll dart in for a strike. Now the count is 0-2.
2 curveballs. 5 games. 7 strikeouts, no walks.
Olson last year was lights out for the Indians. He appeared in 30 ball games through 20 innings and did not give up a run, earned or otherwise.
A lot of deception. He went 2 breaking balls for the first 2 pitches, and then came in with the, look, there's a fastball or a cutter inside.
Ground ball right side, and it's going to get through. Base hit. Victor Reyes, a leadoff single here in the 7th. First major league base hit for Victor Reyes.
Get that ball. Got to leave it up to Dixon Machado. Good effort by Kipnis, but the ball stays down. If that ball comes up, he might have a shot at it.
Tying run is on for the Tigers. There is the first major league hit for Reyes.
You always have to have a ball. When you catch the real ball, you throw one, a fake one in the stands.
That'll miss inside.
Look at they're yelling, get the ball, get the ball. You got to have one in your other hand. You got to chuck it in the stands. Look at Ramon. He gave it to the umpire.
What's he going to do with it?
Hold it in safekeeping till he goes into the dugout. I don't know.
Well, Machado is due right now. He is 0 for 5 in the series. Two balls, no strikes.
See what we got for signs here. Tigers don't look like they're going to bunt. Machado swung the bat good. I wouldn't be surprised if you maybe see a hit and run, not on a 2-0 count, maybe 2-1. For the runner, you must make sure that Olson goes home.
Now explain the difference between a 2-0 count and a 2-1 in terms of executing that play.
Well, 2-0s is such a hitter's count. You generally wouldn't put your hitter. You want him to hit for more power. When you're in a hit and run, you tend to try and hit the ball on the ground. Ooh,
close.
Step off move there. You always want to know if they got a step off move. A hitter's kind of giving himself up a bit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So less of a chance to drive one.
Two and one.
You could see Dixon with a very aggressive swing right there. Ramirez still even with the bag at third.
Two now on Machado.
You can tell that Olson has some cut on that fastball. 8. Dixon up right there. Fouled it off. Still lives for another pitch.
Olson played at Gonzaga in his collegiate days, was claimed off the waiver wire from Kansas City, and as we mentioned, really pitched well last year for the Tribe.
Back. The Zags?
The Zags.
Isn't that what they are?
Known more as a basketball school. The 20 scoreless innings tied Paul Ossenmacher for the longest scoreless appearance streak in Indians history.
That's a wiffle ball right there. 74.
Well, Tigers fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. Made available by T-Mobile.
Watch that step-off move. He got a pretty good one. Let's see, he's just kind of doing a weak move. It tells me he's trying to set something up here. Trying to lull this runner Reyes to sleep. Victor's over there at first. Leadoff hit, his first major league base hit. There it is. No, he doesn't. He's both times he's done the step off move, he's thrown it on the way up. So you know that. So after he comes set, he probably is not going to do the throw over step off move. Right when he's on the way up there is when he throws it over. Now he should be free of that move.
Full count, 3-2.
I'll bet you Cardy's going to have him rolling.
Tigers have to get something going offensively. They have just been shut down since the first inning on Sunday in Chicago. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat coming up.
Yeah, if he put the runner going, Cardy's got a little water boiling there. That's gets your attention. You don't show it, but it is.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is into center field. Reyes gets up and he's going to go to third, and the Tigers get a huge break.
That worked nice. Had him red-handed. Reyes could not leave early because he had the left-hander on the mound. So he gets a late break. Machado strikes out. They're trying to throw him out. Instead, Reyes ends up on third base. Don't know why he wasn't able to catch that. Maybe peeking a little bit at the oncoming runner.
They've charged Kipnis with the error. No, they haven't. Now they've given it to the catcher. So Perez gets the error.
Let's see what Tito is. He ruling interference? I think he's did Machado step in front of him. I think that's what he's claiming. Peekaboo.
So Jacoby Jones now is going to hit for Leonis Martin. Infield coming in. The tying run is at third.
Now you have a decision to make down at third base. You have him come on contact, and Tito's got the right-hander up in the bullpen.
So he will counter with a move here. That'll be it for Olsen. Stolen base and an error on the throw on the strikeout. Tigers in business here with a tying run at third. We'll be back. so far is Rod. 5 points out of Candelario. Gibby working on it out for -1, I should say.
He had to point that out, didn't he?
I did, because
he's smiling.
Well, I'm not smiling. I'm just pointing things out. Inside him smiling.
Still within range. My guy just got taken out, so I now inherit Jacoby Jones.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
It's the #1 spot.
No, rules say nope. Wall side windows changed. Dan Otero is in.
Otero's got very good control.
Jacoby is pinch hitting for Leonis Martin. Jones off the bench here to try and tie this one up.
Otero, he doesn't walk anybody either, so you know you're going to put it in play. That's why he lots of ground balls.
3 for 9 for Jones on the year. Infield in against him. The 0-1. And Jacoby looks at a strike. Now he's behind 0-2. Here's the defense in all the way around.
It'll be interesting to see if the Tigers send Reyes on the ground.
Got him. Strike 3, and Jones is caught looking for the second out of the inning.
That was quick. 3 straight pitches. That ball again, the Cleveland Indians throwing the swing back pitch. Can't pull the trigger. Got to leave it up to Jammer. He's due again.
Candelario, 2 doubles hit by pitch. Now the infield relaxes. They will head back with 2 away.
A little pass ball or something. How about another freebie?
Tigers have stranded 7 in this game. And a strike called, and Jamer just spins out of the box.
That's
not like that at all.
Way outside. Come on, Laz. That was my tempered reaction.
I
Yeah,
noticed.
that's not good.
One and one.
I just had somebody in my ear tell me, you guys know the title of the book.
You're reading a book, a self-improvement book. Ground ball, fair ball, just out of the reach of Ramirez in the left, and Candelario's going for 2, and he is safe. Jamer gets it done, and the Tigers have tied it up. 2 out, 2 base hit, RBI for Candelario.
That's good stuff there. This is 2 times today that he's gotten a hit the opposite way, just staying on that pitch away. You can see they're playing him off. Ramirez is playing off the line. Jamer had one to left center earlier, and the good hustle. Not a great slide, but it was efficient, effective.
Now the Tigers can take the lead with Cabrera up there. Candelario going to second. He represents the go-ahead run. And Miggy looks at a strike. 3 doubles for Candelario, on base 4 times in this game. Ball low, 1-1. Menards brings you the big money encounter, and that was a big hit for Candelario. Snaps a 23-inning scoreless drought.
Open the gates.
It's the longest drought by the Tigers since '08. Bouncer up the middle, and it's blocked by Kipnis. His throw to first is in time to get Cabrera. Wow. Kipnis with a play to save the inning.
He's got that hip flexor. I hope he didn't hurt it again.
Tigers tied up though. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. 7th. Tigers able to tie it up. Jacoby Jones will stay in the game and play center field, and Matt Boyd now will go back to work here in the 7th. Michael Brantley will lead things off. Boyd is at 88 pitches through 6. And Brantley takes strike 1.
Nobody warming up at this point, I don't think, in the Tigers bullpen. We can't really see it.
Looks like there is some action now. Brantley chasing up top.
Alex Wilson, you're going to go Wilson, Jimenez, Greeny if he can. You got to have the lead to get Greeny in there.
Boys, 0-2 is up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Andrew Miller for the Tribe. Going to get their best. Everybody's best. Looked like Brantley was sitting on a breaking ball there. The ball was up and in, but he didn't flinch. Any veteran players, they'll sit on pitches in situations like this.
Even up now, 2-2. Boyd has 3 strikeouts in this game. Had a 1-2-3 6th. He's been helped out by a double play. Tigers starting staff continues to shine so far this year. 2-2 has popped up. Machado. A couple of steps on the grass. Now he comes in. 1 gone.
Things get very strategic as you get later into the game. Bottom of the 7th here. Terry Francona knows what he's doing, and Ron Gardenhire for the Tigers as well. Look at the benches. They're all checking out what numbers they have, who Tito has left. They know who the Tigers know who they have left. They would like to have a left-handed batter there where they could burn. In the National League, you'd have an extra guy on the bench, so you could burn an extra. So you could throw Jones up there. They bring in the righty, then you bring up a lefty. You burn Jones. Only 3 hitters, 3 extra on each bench, though. One of them's a catcher, so we have John Hicks. They have Yan Gomes, so we may see him yet today in the right situation.
2-0 to Geyer is fouled straight back. 2-1. Boyd trying to give his manager 7 innings in this game. Gave up the run in the first on the homer by Ramirez, and nothing but 0 since.
We have Iglesias and Mikey available. Let's see, when Goodrum and Reyes are on there, they have some flexibility, switch hitters, and can turn them around.
There's the Tribe box. Other than the Ramirez home run, Boyd has allowed just 1 base runner past first base. That's it. And that was Perez way back in the 3rd. 2-2 on Geyer. High fly ball left field, playable. Reyes. 2 gone. Well, Detroit Tigers baseball is always live with MLB at Bat. The app will keep you connected every day with live radio calls, video highlights, stats, breaking news, and more. Download MLB at Bat now. It's your #1 Detroit Tigers app. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Yonder Alonso. Boyd throws strike 1 on the outer edge.
So should the Tribe get something going, they do have 2 outs. They have Zimmer, Gonzalez. and Jan Gomes. So that's with 2 righties and a lefty.
It's an even 100 now for Boyd. Pulled foul. Boyd threw 88 pitches in his first start against KC, so he's well beyond that. 101 now for Matthew. Crowd tonight of 10,078, so your chance of getting a foul ball pretty good. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Alonso is down. And another masterful effort tonight for Matthew Boyd. A 1-2-3-7. 1-1 is our score. Tigers.
Jamer Candelario really having a great day today defensively. Comes in with a nice move, gets the out here, and then he hits the double there. Then he goes gapper down the first baseline, and then another in the 7th. That plates Victor Reyes to tie the game. Rod Allen's happy. That's his pick.
Huge night for Rod Allen. Well said. Windows pitching change. It's going to be Andrew Miller.
You know this guy, he's done it all for the Cleveland Indians. He's thrown 3 innings, he's thrown 1 inning, he's thrown a third of an inning, throws back-to-back days. So they're bringing in their best right now for the situation. The Tigers hope to get to him. Fastball, nasty slider. He's about 6 feet 6 inches. Going to come right at you.
Nicholas Castellanos leads it off, then Victor Martinez and Nico Goodrum. Tigers tied it up on the RBI hit by Candelario.
If Victor gets on, Cardy's going to have to decide whether he wants to run for him.
Grounder up the middle. Kipnis sliding down. Quick throw is in time. Another sparkling play for Kipnis. Man, these guys play some D.
Well positioned. He's had several up the middle right here. Good pre-pitch. When you played that long at a position, the throw is the most important part. He jumped up quickly and made the throw. Nick hustled, but not quick enough.
The Indians have made only 2 errors all season, and one of them came here today on that errant throw by the catcher on the stolen base. Here is Victor Martinez. So in consecutive innings now, we've had great plays by Kipnis. Here's the ball low, 1-0. Femar batting right-handed for the first time is 0 for 2 with a walk. Miller, originally drafted by the Tigers, broke into the big leagues in '06 with Detroit.
First pick, wasn't he in the Miggy trade?
He was one of a bunch of players that went to the Marlins for Miggy. Dallas Traherne, Burke Badenhop, Frankie De La Cruz, Cam Maven, Mike Rebello.
Rabs is now the coach at Lakeland High A. Rabs. Little shout out. He got rained out today.
Did he?
Down there in Florida. They're getting into rain every day at 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Hot.
Outside, 2-2 now on Victor. Nico Goodrum will be next. Victor lines one to short. Look at that play by Lindor. A short hop pick and the throw. Tag for the out at first. Indians infield putting on a show now.
Yeah, I mean, good at bat. It hurts that you didn't get rewarded for it, but stay right there. It's going to work out for you. Ole, but he's pretty good. Gets it over there quickly. Lonzo makes the tag.
Two outs now. Here's Goodrum. Nico 1 for 3, a single. Miller gets it and throws it. He's ahead of the count 0-2.
You're at the Tigers. You just got to not get greedy. Just try to get a single at a time. Jumping.
Another broken bat.
Good firewood.
Remember the old pace of play rule that said you have to have a bat ready to go? Bat boy's got to have a bat simply handed to you, and you got to be good to go.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in the on deck circle,
Yeah.
all greased up.
Whatever happened to that?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's gone. I mean, now, we're concentrating on pace of play, but not really upholding that edict that came down a couple of years.
Don't you think when you get to the 7th inning or 8th inning like this, you should be able to slow it down and think things out?
No. Just keep going. Let's go. The 1-2. It's outside.
You may have to read that book I got.
That self-help book.
I read the first chapter.
How'd it go?
Uh-oh. That's me.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's me.
You got to change.
Uh-oh. Well, it's suggested there's an alternative.
Got him. Strike 3, and Andrew Miller comes out of the bullpen with a 1-2-3 inning. Little help from his friends, though. Some great defense here in the 8th. Lindor with a short hop pick on Victor Martinez. Still tied at 1. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica, your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. Back here in downtown Cleveland, game 2 in the series on another chilly night. It was 40 degrees at game time. Cooler than that right now. The Tigers go to the bullpen. Matt Boyd is done and Alex Wilson is on.
Willie's back in. He can do it all. This is his 5th game. He's already got 1 home. Not walking anybody. 4 strikeouts.
Perez, Davis, and Lindor. In a 1-1 ball game. Tigers fell behind as the Indians got a run in the 1st. They tied it up in the 7th. Perez on base twice out of the 8th spot, and walk and a single. Checked it. Did he go? Did not. Matt Boyd tonight threw 102 pitches and retired the final 8 that he faced. As Daniel Stump starts heating up. Here's the 2-0. Driven to the gap in right center field. That ball is hit well. That ball is up. And that ball is gone. It's an opposite field home run for Roberto Perez. A laser out to right center field, and the Indians have taken the lead.
Time for the DTE Energy Know Your Own Power. Looks like this is supposed to be a cutter. He gets middle of the plate, does not move. And Roberto Perez puts a charge in it. To center, right center field. And the Tigers now trail the Tribes ahead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Just over the wall in right center field as Perez goes deep for the first time this year. His first RBI as well. 2 solo homers tonight for the Indians. They lead 2-1.
Well, that takes the wind out of your sails. If you're the Tigers, you just battle back to tie it. You got to find a way to get out of this inning. Trailing by 1. Get to work in the top of the 9th. Tie it up and go ahead.
The 0-1 chopped right back to the mound. An easy play there for Wilson. 1 away. Join us as we continue April in the D and the Tigers and Indians tomorrow night. Game coverage begins with Tigers Live at 5 p.m. on Fox Sports Detroit Plus. That's tomorrow night at 5 on Fox Sports Detroit Plus tomorrow evening. Tune us in. Here is Francisco Lindor. Lindor pop-up, ground out, fly out. Ball 1. The Indians have only 4 hits tonight, but 2 of them have left the building.
You got to give credit to the pitching, because they've held the Tigers at bay as well. So generally you give up solo shots, you're not that concerned.
Cody Allen, the Tribe closer, warming up.
Lots of sliders from Allen.
1-2 now on Lindor. Tigers have Matuk and who'd you say, Iglesias still left.
And Hicks.
And Hicks. Got him, strike three, and Lindor can't believe it.
Yeah, Tigers haven't gotten many calls, but they got a couple there, and we'll take it. Got the previous call, went right back out there again. Good job by James bringing it up. That's the bat right there. He just kept working that outside corner. I do believe the umpires get a disc after the game. I believe they get, it's a good call if it's within 2 or 3 inches off the plate. So that looked maybe like it's 4 inches, so that would be a miss.
1-0 on Kipnis.
Don't quote me on that, but I know it's something like that.
There's the bench. Hicks, Iglesias, and Matuk. Jones entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Here's the 1-1. Kipnis is 0 for 3 tonight, and he's jawboning now with Las Diaz. Although Kipnis has not done much with his bat, he has made 2 sparkling plays tonight, which have been huge for Cleveland. Didn't go, it appeared. Nope, he held up. 2-2. Three and 2 now. And you got Ramirez on deck.
Well, we're looking at the Indians relievers. Cody Allen, Matt Belial, and Nick Goody. Left, they've used McAllister, Miller, Olson, and Otero. So if the Tigers can get to Cody Allen, you know they're going to bring the closer in. You know, the tide can turn for them.
Strikeout at Kipnis ends the inning. However, Roberto Perez puts a charge into one to right center. His first home run of the year, and the Tribe takes the lead. Down by a run. Cody Allen comes on for the Indians. The home run by Perez, the difference right now.
Well, he's 2 for 2 in save opportunities. Has not been scored upon this year. Doesn't walk anybody. He's got a nasty curveball, firm fastball. He's pretty dominant. Tigers will have their work cut out, but it's possible. Got to get a good pitch. Like Rod suggested, you can't let it go by. Try and get an early heater and tag it.
Bradley Zimmer now comes on to play center field for the Indians. Bottom three coming up here for the Tigers. McCann, Reyes, Machado due up. Strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCann in this ball game is 0 for 3, couple of grounders and a fly ball. Ground ball to short. Lindor throws him out, 1 away. Here is the upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows. Tomorrow, Game 3 features Carlos Carrasco and Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah, Zim looking to bounce back this year, and he's going up another good one. Carlos Carrasco, he's got electric stuff as well. The Tigers will have their work cut out for him, but they'll be ready to go. 6 p.m. game. We start here at 5 p.m. with the pregame.
Here's Victor Reyes. Swing and a miss. Reyes picked up his first major league hit, and it was a big one in the 7th. It got things started. He eventually scored the game-tying run. Now it's 0-2.
Allen firm, 94, 95. He's got a big motion, comes right over the top. Probably bounce one here. We'll go with the high hat fastball.
Up top at 94, and Reyes got a piece of it. We talk about Brian Shaw and all the innings he has pitched here over the years. Cody Allen has averaged about 70 appearances, over 70 appearances the last 5 years here. A lot of saves in their closer's role. Swing and a miss, and he dusted Reyes. 2 gone.
Just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. Unfortunately, he's not going to come from the Tigers side. Roberto Perez, leadoff home run to right center field in the bottom of the 8th. Statcast 110 mile an hour.
Wow.
19-degree launch angle. That was a line drive.
407 feet. Here is Machado trying to keep it alive for the Tigers. Dixon swings and misses.
There's a nasty curveball.
Machado is 0 for 3. A
couple days ago, Machado hot, cooled down a little bit in this series, so he's looking for a big hit. Right here, you take that 1 for 10, you can have the big game winner, or get out and score the game tying run right now for the Tigers. Never over till it's over. 2 balls and a strike, 2 down for the Tigers.
Should he keep it going? Jacoby Jones on deck. Here's the 2-1. High ball 3.
Get to the top of that order, Jacoby, then he can hand it off to Jamer, who has 3 hits and a walk on the day.
Oh man. Again, the benefit of the call. 3-2. Watch this one.
Yeah, it's all series though.
Perez just yanked it back in.
Yeah, he yanked it a good foot.
In the air, center field. Bradley Zimmer is under it, and that's the ball game. Tigers go 1-2-3 in the 9th. The Indians have won the first 2 games in the series. 2-1 the final score. Now we send you to the Call Sam Studios. Matt Shepard, Tigers Live postgame.